Hi folks, if you're watching this, it most likely is because either you or someone you know has a home that is in foreclosure. This is a very scary place to be. So I wanted to put together a video for folks who are facing foreclosure because oftentimes what I see over and over again working with individuals who are in foreclosure is that they believe that they don't have any other options and that their hands are tied and they're just going to automatically lose their home. But that is not true. So let's take a look at how foreclosure works in the state of Colorado and what some options might be. Before we go any further, I need to make certain that I state that none of this is intended as legal advice. Okay, so first off, foreclosure for residential properties is different than agricultural properties in that the timeline for agricultural properties is longer. So I have helped many folks with a residential foreclosure, either help them save their home or help them sell their home. I've not helped as many folks with agricultural properties. So just wanted to make that clear, the timeline is different. The formal foreclosure process cannot begin until you are 121 days delinquent on your loan. Let's take a look at the process, the timeline. So days 1 through 120 is the default period, meaning that no payments have been made. On day 121, that is when the lender most likely will issue the notice of election and demand. They will file this with the public trustee, the county public trustee, and this is a publicly recorded document, and this document starts the clock on the sale. 110 to 125 days after the NED is issued, the sale will be scheduled. So once the NED is issued, the public trustee is then going to schedule a sale date for 110 to 125 days after that. Now, just because the sale date has been set, that doesn't mean that you're out of options. You can still file a notice of intent to cure with the public trustee up to 15 calendar days before the sale date. Now, it has to be a minimum of 15 calendar days. 14 calendar days is not enough time. It has to be at least 15 calendar days. When you file the notice of intent to cure with the county public trustee, this is going to temporarily stop the clock, and they are going to expect payment of the loan. They're going to expect you to bring everything current. That's part of the right to cure. Now, there are different ways to stop the foreclosure. The way that is right for you might not be the best option for someone else. All of the options, the option that works best for you is dependent on your financial situation, how far behind you are, and your long-term goals. For example, I had one client who was getting ready to get married, and they were going to move in with their spouse. And so instead of trying to save the home, we sold it. That is what worked for her. So let's take a look at these options. First is the one that the lenders would prefer the most, which is reinstatement. This is the one that most folks are unable to do simply because it requires you to pay a full lump sum of all of the past due amount, including all fees, all at once. Most folks are unable to do this unless they pull from savings or are able to get a loan from a family member. The next one is a repayment plan. This is when you work with your lender to repay the past due amount over a set period of time while making your regular monthly payments. So for example, if your monthly mortgage payment is $2,000, you work with your lender and you pay $2,200 a month until the back amount is paid. The third option is loan modification. This is where you ask your lender to permanently change the terms of your mortgage, including the interest rate. And what this would do is it would move the overdue balance to the end of your loan, and then you would go on from there. Next one is to refinance. You've got to be careful on this one because you want to make sure that you're using a reputable lender, and there's not a whole lot of lenders who are willing to refinance a home that is in foreclosure. And if they are willing to do it, it's going to be at a much higher rate. The next option is to sell your home. If keeping the home isn't realistic, you can still sell your home before the foreclosure sale. This would allow you to pay off the mortgage, and it would also protect your credit. And there's a possibility you might even walk away with some equity depending. A traditional sale typically yields better results than a foreclosure. The next one, actually we're going to come back to more Colorado mortgage assistance, but the last option is to do nothing. If you do nothing, the sale will go forward and you will be evicted from your home once the sale is finalized. I do not like this option, so my preference for you would be to do one of the first 5 options. Now, there is Colorado Mortgage Assistance Program, and we're going to come back to that at the very end. Let's look at our options at a glance. Reinstatement is best if you have access to a large lump sum of funds. You don't need lender approval, but it keeps your home. A repayment plan, you'll also keep your home. Loan modification, you'll keep your home. Refinance, you'll keep your home. Selling your home, you will not keep your home. Doing nothing, you will not keep your home. Mortgage assistance, again, we're going to come back to that. But first, let's take a look at some of the foreclosure scams. I have seen a lot of these where people call offering to buy the home subject to. Basically, what happens is this investor takes over. They say they're going to take over the payments of the mortgage, but your name remains on the mortgage and their name goes on the title to the home. This is a very dangerous situation to be in because you are still financially liable for that debt, but you no longer have the title to the property. So this is one that I would steer far away from. Now, this is the mortgage assistance and the Colorado foreclosure hotline. So take a look right here. You can call this number here to speak with a housing counselor at no cost. It's available to all Colorado homeowners, and they'll give you additional information, possibly something that I haven't covered. You can also go right here to the emergency mortgage assistance, and you can apply for mortgage assistance. So time is your most valuable asset. The sooner you do something, the better your odds are that you'll have more options to actually do something. If you're looking at any of the options with lenders, they're going to need time to be able to put something together for you. If you're looking at selling your home, I'm going to need time to get the home ready for market. So the sooner you act, the better. Once again, here's the Colorado hotline and the assistance program website. I will put these up again. If you have any concerns, any questions, or you would like to discuss this further, please don't hesitate to call me. I'm here, just a phone call or a text away, and I'd be happy to help. Thanks.